Hello everyone, it's Phaedra. Welcome back to the flower farm. It is another week of more weeding, but things are looking so amazing. This week we went and picked up an old door. I picked it up for $100 and we're going to start the flower shack soon, and I'm using it for that. I still haven't unpacked it from the trailer and it's been raining, so I've kind of makeshift covered it. I don't think I've addressed this yet, but all of those seeds, well, majority of those seeds that I started in like late winter that were in the hothouse, I actually fried them. Like I killed them all because that hothouse got so hot, sort of so fast. It just takes one day and then it's all done. They got so hot that I cooked the seeds, and some of the other seeds had already germinated, and I think that hot burst was just too much for them. So it turns out I lost everything, and that's why I've got all these new seeds, restarting them in this tunnel, and why we're a little bit behind. I mean, I could just blame it on the weird weather, which it has been weird weather, but I also didn't know how to manage a hothouse and how quickly it gets hot. And that one that I built doesn't have the ability to lift the sides and let the air flow through. It's just got the two doors. So I really needed to have this shade house built and ready before it even got remotely too hot. I know I say this a lot, but you really need to anchor everything down. So here I am anchoring down those big trellises I made out of the grapevines, just with little low star pickets. We anchor everything, every trellis, every hothouse, every structure we've got. Aside from all the work that we do on the farm to keep the flowers going and selling the flowers, of course we still have housework, and I just thought I'd show you this. We use a washing line, and some of my friends from the US, when I talked about hanging clothes on the line, it seemed like a very foreign concept to them because they use clothes dryers, which some of us do here as well, but we put everything on the line and it smells so fresh. Like, sheets smell amazing after they've been hanging on the line. tip that I don't know if you need to know or not, but we store the bedding for each bed in the person's bedroom. So everything they have for their bed is right there. We don't ever have to kind of figure out what sheet goes where. Now that the weather's warmed up, it's really warm in the middle of the day, so we've kind of switched our routine over, and we'll be outside early in the morning, late in the evening, and we'll do sort of indoor chores and things during the middle of the day and try and have a rest in the middle of the day. Hack for you. You know how I needed more labels for the dahlias, but I didn't have any? Well, I went to Bunnings, and of course they've only got like tiny little labels, and I don't like those. I like those big tall ones, which were actually Venetian blinds that I didn't use. So I actually just bought a Venetian blind, and it's got like 100 slats in it, probably more. I don't know how many it's got, I'll let you know later. But it was $26. So now I've got these really nice really nice plant labels that last for ages. Like I've used those other ones for like 2 or 3 years in a row. Follow me for more great hacks. No, really, I'm serious. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Morning! We're out doing a very early delivery, but look at this. It's so pretty. But by the looks of things, they're not there. The office staff aren't in yet. It's pretty early. It's like 7:15. They are sometimes here this early though, but I just leave it at the door. Same with other jobs that I do. What is happening here?
What is happening here?
And now it's raining again. We are watering twice a day at the moment because we're trying to get little seeds up. But one of the issues we have is because we're using hoses, they're sitting in the hot sun, and then I've got to wait for the hot water to run through the hose before I can water anything. So I'm standing around a lot, wasting a fair bit of water, and I think we need to get a watering system in pretty soon. It's raining a lot. Like 6:30 a.m. and I thought I was coming out here to plant dahlia tubers like the rest of them, but no, I have to actually weed a whole garden bed before I can do that. So that's what I'm going to do. Maybe you've seen me bang my shoes like this before. It's because we get spiders in them. I'm getting the spiders out. Early enough today, but the bed is in a little bit of sun, but the sun's really low, so I'll get this done early. Every time I weed though, I get the sorest legs, like the backs of my legs get so stiff I can't bend over for the next few days. So I think I need to work on that. Obviously need to, I don't know, add some extra stretches in or something. But look at this. Love that. And I love the tree line of the gums. They're so pretty. I've been thinking maybe I should do some professional photos of, you know, naturey things to sell some prints, even if they're just little tiny ones, because sometimes I see cards like, you know, like greeting cards and stuff that people have for sale, and I sometimes wish that they just had like little cards. I like looking at little tiny pictures, you know, because you can just stick them on your desk or on your wall or whatever. Yeah, so I don't know, I'm having a think about it because we've got such amazing nature and landscapes here in Australia. Anyway, I'm just talking because I'm procrastinating now. I've got to go. Once your dahlias get to about this height, you want to go through and pinch the top out. So it's that little shoot of growth. And the reason we do it is you get more flowers because it's going to send up more shoots. But the other reason is if you leave that main stem to grow really tall, it will develop a really thick stalk, and the stalks on, like the stems on dahlias are hollow. So then when you cut that stem, it's going to leave like a hollow stem for water to go down, and it can potentially rot your tuber. So you go through and you pinch them out when they're fairly little. There are some that got a bit big. I'll show you what it looks like. You can see the hollow stem starting to develop. The other thing you may come across is you might get some tubers that have shot up more than one stem. I still go through, I find each individual stem and I pinch it out. I just do it to all of them. So I'll show you that. Here's one with multiple stems. You've just got to kind of go in. I've started pinching, find the little pieces on each little stem and get them, whereas this one was a much cleaner one that just had one. Here's another one with it's got two. Here's one that's just got the one. So you just pick it out. You can see it's starting to get that center. Here's a smaller one. Let's pick it out. And I'll go through and do everything. How cute is my table? I love it so much. So I've just finished a Patreon call with Adele. That was fun. And Adele had an idea. What if we do... So the idea is, what if I do a... So it was actually a call on Google Meet. So I can have, I don't know how many people, can't remember, but it goes for an hour. So what if we were to just open this up in December as a little hello to you all? So anyone who wants to join the call can. So there'll obviously be rules. There's no recording of any description. And you would need to be able to show your face and have your voice on there, because the whole point of it would be so us in this community can meet each other and say hello. So everybody would get a chance to say hello and introduce themselves and maybe say where they are from and share whatever they wanted to share. So a little bit of time each, and we can all meet each other. So then when we see each other in the comments on the channel or in other places, we know who we are, if that makes sense. So if you're interested, comment below the video. Also got a community post up where you can express interest, so I can get a bit of an idea of who might turn up and how many. But I just thought it might be nice because there's a lot of you who have followed along here for a long time, since the beginning, comment on videos. But even if you've been here since last week and you've never commented on anything and you'd like to come along, you're welcome. That would be really nice. So yeah, let's see if we can pull this together and see what happens. I'm almost finished just cleaning up these ranunculus, but I thought I'd just quickly show you. This is how they look when they come out of the ground. Well, this is how they look for us. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Hang on. Oh, it's gone. Hey. So what we do is we put them in very hard soil this year, which wasn't ideal. But so what we did was we dug them all up, and I just come through and trim stems off. If the head had seed pod on it, I keep it. So I'm going to experiment with that. But what I don't do is I don't divide them at this point. So some of these clumps, like this one would come apart pretty easy, but there's two obvious clumps there. And there's been some really big ones. Let me see. some really big clumps. Another one here, you can see there's a lot of stems in there. I don't divide at this point because they're kind of fragile. They've dried out, and the little hands, the little fingers that come off the bottom of the corm can snap so easily, and you really want to keep it because that is energy and nutrients for next year's flower crop. So what we do is this is the extent of us cleaning them up. I mean, they just look like little hairy balls, and we just store them like that, just straight into a box. Bearing in mind our air is more humid than some other places, so you have to store your bulbs and tubers and corms according to the moisture levels in your area. They're still pretty dirty, but what we do in autumn is we soak them. We don't worry about aerating or anything. We just soak them for a couple of hours. They plump up, and that's when we divide them. So we'll split them up a little bit. You don't always have to do that. You can leave them in clumps, but if you want to have more, like if you want to split them, we do it then because they're more pliable, they're less likely to break. So for now, they literally just go into this box and we leave it now. We won't touch it again until autumn.